Wahoo McDaniel called me from the wrestling office. He said, Kenny, how you doing? It's Wahoo. I said, yeah, Wahoo, how in the hell you been, man? He said, good. He said, wrestling's not like the old days. It's a dying business. I said, dying. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, well, here in the AWA, Vern's so fucked up, he won't listen. And Ray Stevens and Wahoo were booking the AWA at the time. He said, Vern won't listen to anybody. He has all the answers. And the fucking ship, each week, you could see it go down and down and down a little bit more and then down. And he says, anyway, I was wondering if you wanted to come to work for us. I said, well, I will, but I can only work once or twice a week. He started laughing. He says, fuck, that's all we do. Some weeks we don't work at all. A good week we work three times, but most of us once or twice. We're wrestling in little high schools, grade schools, playgrounds, wherever we can set up a ring and hope that, more than 50 people show up. And I said, okay, I'll do it. I says, but I'm not going to work more than once or twice a week. He says, no, you got my word on that. I don't even have to go out. Make sure you don't do that. So we were doing TV down in Rochester, Minnesota. And that's famous for the Mayo Clinic, for people that might not know. But anyway, we're doing TV down in Rochester, Minnesota. And it's only 60 miles south of Minneapolis. So we drive down there, So Brad Reagan's needed a knee injury or a knee surgery. And he says, Kenny, I'll do this TV show against was a Bad Company, I think. Was the tag team that we worked with. Paul Diamond, I think, and
Pat Tanaka.
Yeah, Pat. And so we beat them for the belts. And 2 days later, Brad was in the operating room getting his knee fixed. And Brad was a hell of an amateur wrestler. If Jimmy Carter hadn't canceled the 1980 Olympics, Brad would have won the gold medal. And I'll tell you why. The two guys that won the gold and the silver, but Brad beat those guys so bad they were looking for a bed sheet to crawl under. And so he would have whipped their ass good. But anyway, so Brad never got to go to the Olympics. He was on the Olympic team, but they never went. Nice guy, Brad. Brad's a good guy. And so anyway, we were on ESPN, was it? And and I says, well, Brad, if I can't have you as a partner, I'm going to quit too. So a couple of days later, I called Wahoo and told him, I says, tell Vern that I'm going to wrap it up. And then a couple of weeks later, he calls me back. He says, hey, we got this great new TV format. We wrestle, but there's no audience. They pipe the sound in, and the audience will, put a facade of some kind up. And So I went over and looked at it. Sergeant Slaughter had just come back. Sergeant Slaughter's from Minneapolis, and so he had come back, and I just I looked at that. I saw the format and the way it was laid out. It was the shits. It was the screaming shits.